When a buyer purchases a home, the question often comes up, is earnest money required? So if you're interested in finding out if earnest money is required, then keep watching. We're getting started right now. Hi everyone, my name is Maria and I'm a real estate agent in Rochester, Rochester Hills, Oakland Township, and the surrounding communities in Southeast Michigan. And today we're going to answer the question, is earnest money required? The actual answer may surprise you, so make sure to stick around to the end so you don't miss it. Before I get started, if this is your first time here, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update. I put out new videos every week. Also, use the link in the information box below to download your free home buyer's guide. So, is earnest money required? Before we jump in to find out, is earnest money required? Let's look at what earnest money is and how to use it when you buy a home. What is earnest money? Earnest money is a deposit put down on a house when a buyer submits an offer to purchase. It's also called a good faith deposit or an earnest money deposit. When a buyer and seller enter into a contract, the seller stops marketing the home to other buyers while the transaction continues through the closing process. Earnest money protects the seller because if the buyer backs out of the contract for any reason besides a failed contingency, which we will discuss later on, the seller is entitled to keep the earnest money. The earnest money is held in an escrow account until the house closes, at which point it will get deducted from the buyer's closing costs or the amount of cash to close. If you're interested in what happens at a real estate closing, we have a video dedicated to that and I will link to it up in the cards. If the deal falls through because of a failed contingency listed on the purchase agreement, the buyer gets their money back. The most common contingencies include the home inspection contingency, the appraisal contingency, and the financing contingency. But if a buyer waives any of these contingencies, they lose the right to get their earnest money back. That's why it's important not to waive them. They're there for your protection. How to use earnest money. The amount of earnest money can show how serious a home buyer is and how committed they are to follow through with the transaction. Typical earnest money deposits are 1% to 3% of the home sale price. The current real estate market can heavily influence how much an earnest money deposit will be. For example, if it's a slow market or a buyer's market, buyers may not need as high of an amount of a deposit as they would in a strong seller's market. In a strong seller's market, or when cash offers and bidding wars are common, it's in a buyer's best interest not to undercut the earnest money deposit amount. So, to answer the question, is earnest money required? Well, the answer to that question is yes and no. I told you the actual answer may surprise you. The reason is earnest money is not always a requirement to purchase a home, but most of the time it serves the buyer's best interest to offer earnest money, as sellers tend to favor good faith deposits because they want to see the financial backing to ensure the sale will go through. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give us a like down below. And if you have any questions about if earnest money is required, we're always here to be a resource for you, and I'll see you soon.